So, hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Learn with SHAURYA. So friends, in this video we are going to learn Science chapter number 2, Habitat of the Living, part 2. So let's begin this chapter with your great blessings. But at first, like, subscribe and comment for latest updates and press the bell icon and share it to others. So let's begin this chapter. Aquatic habitats. These constitute the water bodies like oceans and seas which have salty water in them, and rivers, lakes and ponds which have fresh water in them. Saltwater habitat. Here, mainly animals like fishes, crabs, prawns and starfish are found. Their body surface is slippery. Fishes have scales on their body, so they are not affected by the salinity of water. Their streamlined body helps them to move in water. Now I am going to tell you what is a streamlined body. So about fishes, that what are the streamlined body are. Fishes have streamlined body which offer least resistance to the flow of water past their bodies. This helps them to move in water easily and rapidly. This was also from the birds also. Birds have streamlined body which offer least resistance to the flow of the air past their bodies. This helps them to move in air easily and rapidly. Okay. Next, that many large animals like huge sharks and whales are also found here. Water animals are adapted to take up the dissolved oxygens from the water. Fishes have gills for breathing and fins for movement. Animals like dolphins and whales breathe through two blowholes on top of their head. These adaptations enable them to conserve oxygen while under the water. These animals hold their breath while under the water and open their blowholes to exhale, releasing water in the form of a fountain. Okay. So these are the three animals that was given in this picture. They are the first of all, these are the prawns, crabs and starfish. So prawns have slippery body which allow water to pass through it, and crabs have claws to catch their prey, and starfish is looking like a star and it was not that much hungry. Okay. Freshwater habitat. In this habitat, mainly animals like fishes, snakes, frogs, crocodiles and turtles are found. Fishes are found both in saltwater and freshwater habitats. Frogs can stay both inside water on the land. These animals are known as amphibians. They also have strong back legs that help them to leap in the and catch their prey in the water or on the land. They have webbed feet for swimming in the water. Okay. Water birds like swans, flamingos and geese live in or around the water. Their bodies are well suited for swimming and standing in water to catch their prey. So in this picture you can see the webbed feet of the frog helps in the swimming. They are having two limbs. One is the upper limb and second is the lower limb. Upper limb is longer than lower limb. Okay. So next page. Now we come to, these are plants found in aquatic habitat are called hydrophytes. I have tell you na that mesophytes are in the moisturized plants, and xerophytes are the desert plants, and the hydrophytes are the aquatic habitat plants. Okay. They are various types. Some remain totally underwater while some float. Floating plants are of two types, free floating and root floating. The free floating plants float on the surface of water. Their roots hang just below the water surface. They have tow leaves which do not damage by the water current. Water hynax and water lettuce are the two common free floating plants. Lotus and water lily are the example of rooted floating plants. Lotus has hollow stem. Both lotus and water lily are large circular leaves with a waxy coating on the upper surface which repel the water from the that leaf. Okay. These This helps them to repel the water, thus keeping the stomata open and clear. In this picture, in the picture number where the lotus has been made, you can see that the circular leaves with waxy coating. It protects the leaf from the water. Okay. Roots in aquatic plants do not have much role to play as they do not in the terrestrial plants. They just hold the plant in a place, hence they are reduced in the size. Now we are going to learn submerged plants. Okay, submerged plants, often known as pondweed and rooted plants, with most of their vegetative mass below the water surface. Submerged plants have flaccid or soft stem. This is why they do not usually rise above the water surface. Anactris, hornwort, Ludwigia, Vanessia are names of some submerged plants. Okay. So in the figure 2.8, you can see the submerged plant Valencia. Okay. So let's come to the next question, that was ecosystem. About the ecosystem it was. Okay. So ecosystem, the surrounding in which an organism lives, constitutes both living and non-living elements, are forms their ecosystem. Our environment have two components, biotic and abiotic. Living things, plants and animals, constitute the biotic component and the non-living things. Air, temperature, water, light and soil forms the abiotic component. An ecosystem is a unit consisting of plants, animals and microorganisms, biotic factors in an area that function together with the non-living physical abiotic factors of the environment. Ecosystems differ in size and types. Okay, let's come to abiotic components. Soil. Plants grow in the soil and absorb water and mineral from it. Animals too indirectly depend on soil for their survival as they take their food from soil. From plants, soil is formed from rocks. Topsoil, which is the most fertile layer of the soil, contains humus which is formed from the dead plants and animals. Soil consists of different particles of various sizes. Let's come to air. Air forms a blanket around the surface of the earth. Without it, life would be not exist on the earth, like ozone layer. Okay, ozone layer protects us from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Air is composed of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide and other gases. The oxygen in the air is used by plants and animals to breathe. Oxygen dissolved in water is taken in by aquatic organisms. It is also present in soil, which helps the root of the plant to breathe, and green plants take up the carbon dioxide from the air to carry out photosynthesis. Now let's come to water. Water forms about 3/4 of the planet Earth. Plants need water to make their own food. We cannot live without water. Like us, all animals need water to survive. Let's come to sunlight. It is important for green plants to carry out photosynthesis. Light also enables us to see. Let's come to temperature. The temperature on the Earth's surface varies a great deal. At some places it is warm and at some places it is cold. Plants and animals are adapted to their varied temperature. Okay. Let's come to now biotic components. Various organisms, plants and animals live in a habitat and they are interdependent on one another. Here are some examples of the interdependence. Okay. First point, bees help in pollination, flowers and in turn feed on their nectar. Second point, plants depend on the animals for carbon dioxide used in photosynthesis. During respiration, as you know, that animals and also plants take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Animals depend on green plants for oxygen which the plants release during photosynthesis. Third point, scavengers like vultures feed on the dead bodies of animals. Therefore, they help to make their environment clean. Animals and plants depend on each other for food. This interdependence of animals and plants for food is called food chain. Green plants are called producers as they make their own food. They are eaten by herbivores like deer, goats, cows and giraffes with also are called primary consumers. Now in this picture you can see that this is the process of photosynthesis. You can see the sunlight is coming out. The plants make sugar from the food, waters and minerals from the soil they are consuming. They are giving us oxygen and we are giving them carbon dioxide. Water from rain is coming, etc., etc. Let's come to next picture. Herbivores like deer, goats, cows and giraffes, which are also called primary consumers. Okay. In this picture you can see vulture is a scavenger. Okay. These herbivores are again eaten by the carnivores like lion, tiger and eagle. This is known as secondary consumers, in which, in other words, we can say that in the process of eating and being eaten, a chain of organism is formed which is known as food chain. Other secondary consumers are omnivores who eat plants as well as the flesh, and scavengers who feed on dead animals and plants. Next point, decomposers like bacteria and fungi breaks down the remains parts of the plants, and animals return nutrients to the soil. In this picture you can see that the grass is a producer and grass is eaten by the deer. Deer is the primary consumer and deer is eaten by the lion, tiger, and the tiger is the secondary consumers. And the third one you can see that the scavenger and decomposers. Scavengers are those which are decompose the material. For example, eagle. An eagle was eaten by microbes. Microbes we can say, microbites also. Okay. Next, summary. Let's came to summary. It's an easy topic. Different plants and animals have different habitats, as you know. Living organisms adapt themselves to their surrounding by changing the structure and functioning of their body over generations. The habitats on land are called terrestrial and those in water are called aquatic. Terrestrial habitats include deserts, grasslands and mountain regions. Aquatic habitats include oceans, seas, rivers, lakes and ponds. Aerial habitat refers to air in which birds, bats and some insects are found. Various organisms, plants and animals living in a habitat are interdependent on one another. A chain of organisms interrelated by the fact that each organism eats the one below in its chain and is eaten by the one above forms a food chain. Okay, let's come to keywords. Habitat. What is a habitat? These are the dwelling places of organisms which provide them the suitable conditions to live, breed and flourish. Next, adaptation. Changes that take place in an organism over generations which enable them to live successfully in its habitat. Third, biotic and abiotic components. Living things like plants and animals are called biotic components and non-living things like air, temperature, water and soil are called abiotic components. Terrestrial habitats. The habitats on land are called terrestrial habitats. Let's come to plankton. Passively floating small plants and animals in the water body. Extinct, no longer in extension. And streamlined body, broad in the middle and narrow at the end, that was body and moves smoothly in water or air. Lithosphere, the solid portion of the earth. Hydrosphere, all of the earth water. Transpiration, release of excess water from the aerial parts of a plant. Camouflage, the way in which the color or the shape was changed of an animal or plant appears to mix with the environment to prevent him from being seen by its enemies. Webbed feet, the toes are webbed or joined by thin skin or flexible tissues is known as webbed feet. Humus, the dark color portion in soil produced by the decomposition of vegetables or animals matter which is essential for the fertility of the soil. Next, bacteria. Bacteria are single-celled organisms. Okay. Fungi. Fungi are the single-celled or multicellular organisms that include yeast, mold and mushrooms. Now, this chapter has been end. So friends, now it's time to say goodbye. But first, if you like subscribe and comment, so I will make a video of this chapter's exercise. So please like, subscribe and comment this video for latest updates. Thank you. Have a nice day and bye bye.